I am 82 years old, and I need to tell you something before it's too late. Not too late for me, too late for you. It's 2 in the morning right now. I'm standing in my hallway in the dark because I can't sleep. Haven't slept right in years, if I'm honest. The house is so quiet I can hear the refrigerator humming from 2 rooms away. I can hear the clock on the wall ticking, like it's counting down something I can't get back. And right here, right at eye level, there's an award plaque hanging on my wall. It's crooked. The gold plate is so faded you can barely read the engraving anymore. The company logo at the top belongs to a firm that went under 3 years ago. Nobody from that company calls me. Nobody from that company remembers my name. But this plaque is still here, hanging in my hallway like it's waiting for me to be impressed by it again. I'm going to tell you 7 things that are a complete waste of your time after 50. I learned every single one the hard way, and I didn't learn them from a book. I learned them from an empty house. See, when I was in my 30s and 40s, I had this belief. I carried it around like a religion. I believed that once people respected me, everything else would fall into place. The marriage would be fine, the kids would understand, the friendships would hold. I just needed to get to a certain level first. I needed the title, the corner office, the salary that made people pause when they heard it. So I chased it. God, did I chase it. I smelled like leather briefcases and cold coffee. My phone buzzed every 9 seconds with emails I convinced myself were urgent. I won arguments in conference rooms with people whose last names I can't even remember now. I kept friendships alive that were nothing more than business contacts wearing casual clothes on the weekend. Every quarterly meeting, I'd hear the applause, and I'd think, this is it. This is proof I matter. Meanwhile, I'd miss dinner. Not once, not sometimes, routinely. I'd tell my wife, next week will be different. I told her that so many times, it stopped being a promise and became a punchline. I told my kids quality time would make up for quantity. You know what quality time means to a 9-year-old? It means you showed up. That's it. They don't need you to be impressive. They need you to be there. And I wasn't. Now I eat dinner alone at a kitchen table set for 1. My phone sits next to my plate, and the screen doesn't light up. Not because it's broken, because nobody's calling. Here's what haunts me most. The night I received that plaque, my son had a school play. He was playing a tree, not the lead, not a speaking role, a tree. And he was so proud. He told me about it 2 weeks in advance, which, if you know anything about kids, means it was the most important thing in his entire world. But the awards banquet was the same night, and I chose the banquet. I remember the room. I remember the cologne mixing with the smell of hotel carpet. I remember shaking hands with men who smiled with their mouths, but not their eyes. I remember hearing my name announced over a microphone, and I remember walking up to a small stage while people clapped, and I remember gripping that plaque and smiling for a photograph. And across town, in a small school auditorium that smelled like tempera paint and gymnasium floor wax, my son stood on stage in a costume made of brown paper bags and green construction paper. He looked out at those metal folding chairs, row after row, and he searched for my face. There was an empty seat next to my wife. She had brought my jacket. She draped it over the chair next to her, hoping I'd still walk through that door. I never walked through the door. She stopped calling me after the second act. She knew. My son never mentioned that play again. Not that night, not the next morning, not ever. And I was so wrapped up in myself that I didn't notice the silence. I mistook his silence for understanding. It wasn't understanding. It was a boy learning that his father had somewhere more important to be. It was a boy deciding, quietly, permanently, not to ask again. Years later, I ended up in a hospital. Heart scare. Nothing fatal, but enough to put you on your back in a white room under fluorescent lights that make everyone look already dead. My son came. He was a grown man by then. He sat in the chair next to my bed. He asked how I was feeling. I said I was fine. He nodded. He checked his watch. And after 11 minutes, he said he had to get going. 11 minutes. I counted. He left the way I used to leave, efficiently, without guilt. He learned that from me. I taught my son that leaving is what men do. That plaque still hangs in my hallway, crooked, dusty. I walk past it every single night on my way to the kitchen for a glass of water I don't even need. It's just an excuse to move through this house so the silence doesn't swallow me whole. My slippers drag across the hardwood, and when I get close to that plaque, I can smell the dust on it. Moonlight comes through the window and catches what's left of the gold. And for a half second, it almost looks important again. Almost. My children don't ask if Dad's coming anymore. They plan around my absence like it's weather. It's not dramatic. Nobody slammed a door. Nobody made a speech. They just quietly removed me from the calendar. The void doesn't announce itself. It just settles in like fog. And one day you realize you haven't been invited to anything in months. And nobody forgot. They just stopped expecting you. That plaque is the only thing still hanging around for me. Now listen, you're watching this at 1 in the morning, aren't you? Good. Then you're exactly who I'm talking to. Here are 7 things that are a complete waste of your time after 50. 1. Proving yourself to people who are not paying attention. They weren't watching then. They're not watching now. Stop performing for an empty room. 2. Winning arguments that cost you relationships. You can be right, or you can be close to the people you love. Pick one. 3. Chasing titles from organizations that will forget you. The company that gave me that plaque doesn't exist anymore. Let that sink in. 4. Maintaining friendships built on convenience. If they only call when they need something, that's not friendship. That's a transaction. 5. Postponing rest like exhaustion is a badge of honor. It's not. It's a slow way of telling everyone around you that they're not worth stopping for. 6. Holding grudges. The other person forgot about it years ago. You're carrying a dead weight and calling it principle. 7. Waiting for the right time to be present. There is no right time. There is only now. And now is bleeding out while you sit there planning for later. Put the phone down. Go to the play. Say the thing you've been rehearsing in your head for months. Fix it today. Not because you're dying, but because the people you love are living right now without you, and they're getting used to it. And once they get used to it, they don't come back. I know, because I'm standing in this hallway in the dark, touching a plaque that means nothing in a house that echoes. Don't be me.